Now let's go to the UK, where the Keir Starmer government seems preoccupied with a Netflix drama, Adolescence, and is forming policies inspired by this fictional TV series. Meanwhile, Douglas, they're watering down reviews into real misogyny, into real rape culture that saw thousands of girls, of young women abused in the grooming gang scandal.
Yes, this is so typical of the British government. Kemi Badenoch was questioned on the weekend shows once again as to why she hasn't watched this Netflix show, as if it's compulsory viewing, and you know that it should lead government policy and so on. It is ridiculous. I thought the drama was highly specious, as I think I mentioned to you before. But yes, it's a complete cover. I mean, Jess Phillips announced, who's meant to be the minister who looks after women's rights, among other things, and she announced just before a recess the other day that actually the government was shelving its minimal inquiries into some of the rape gang scandals in Britain. And she announces that, and then, and her side says things like, that the opposition raising issues of, who the victims are, the fact that most of the victims in those grooming gangs were subjected to the rape and tortures they were because they were white, that mentioning that is in some way Islamophobic or racist and so on. This is so typical of British politics these days, as indeed other countries whose politics is being kind of grabbed by this agenda. You pass over real crimes and you talk about non-crimes. You ignore unbelievable things that have actually happened in your country, and you fixate on a fictional Netflix drama. I wish I was surprised that this is so Labour Party.
It is, and it is absolutely mind-boggling how this isn't a bigger outrage in the UK. There aren't people marching in the streets every weekend over this issue. It is rape and abuse and torture, human trafficking on an enormous scale across the country. And so many people who seem to be very much obsessed with women's rights and human rights pay it scant attention.